Hello there my friend, welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. Jorginho against Frank Lampard, it's heating up on social media right now. Jorginho gave an interview saying that Frank Lampard wasn't ready to take a big club like Chelsea Football Club. Basically, you can read the entire statement, but I'm trying just to make sense here, okay? So, let me remind you that this is the kind of debate that you're not gonna convince everybody. Depending on your age, depending on your nationality, depending on where you live at, your geographic part of the world you are at, depending also on how and why you support Chelsea Football Club and since when, because many of us came because of trophies and success at Chelsea Football Club, and we are used to sucking managers and get a quick reactions from players. Even though they are dead wood, they're gonna just give you a reaction and perform and win some trophies, and then we suck the next manager, and then we keep going around. It's a turnabout. Can you blame the Chelsea fans? I don't think so. It's a generational thing, this is all they know. So you will understand their reactions when we don't win couple games, when we are during hard time. They can't handle it because all they know is immediate success. So I'm not gonna waste my time talking to a wall. I'm not gonna try to convince you. This video is not about convincing you, it's about giving my side of story, thinking outside the box, and hopefully I can help somebody to see things from a different perspective instead of jumping to gossip, speculations, and popular opinions on social media. This debate is impossible, just like who is best between Maradona and Pele, Maradona and Messi, Ronaldo and Messi, Mbappe and Haaland. It's a freaking waste of time. I'm not gonna waste my time, but I'm gonna try to make you think outside the box by providing some context and common sense, and it's up to you to make your own conclusion. And I know if you have already a mindset and you don't like a certain manager, it is impossible, so you don't even have to watch this video. So, Jorginho claimed that Frank Lampard skipped some important steps on his development before joining Chelsea Football Club. But let me tell you, Mr. Jorginho, Frank Lampard didn't skip anything. Lampard was a manager at Derby County. Educate yourself before talking nonsense. Chelsea Football Club went for him. You know why? Because nobody wanted to save the ship. Frank Lampard was the only person that could save that ship from sinking. Chelsea knew exactly that he doesn't have any experience. That was his first year as a manager. He did great at Derby County, and they wanted him to save them in a particular moment, but after that they knew that they were going to stab him at the back just like anybody else. Frank Lampard was stupid just like me, because I believed in a long-term project. Lampard saved us. Lampard qualified us to the Champions League with a bunch of kids and a bunch of dead wood like Jorginho himself. And then he got one transfer window. He bought his own players that started with a lot of problems. Hakim Ziyech, injured from the beginning. For almost couple first month, he didn't play any game. Kai Havertz got the virus and had to be out for almost 2 months. Timo Werner, awful, struggling to adapt in the Premier League. No preseason, no preparation, no nothing. I can also mention N'Golo Kante injuries at the beginning of this season. The list is very long. I can go even back to remind you that we lost 50% of our goal contribution in Eden Hazard and we never replaced him. But of course, context, common sense doesn't count. Only count when it fits your freaking evil agenda. So I completely understand for certain people who say, oh no, it's different. This is different. This is different. I don't care. You know the truth, but because of your hatred and stupidity, you're not going to accept it. That's the way it is in the community. People said Frank Lampard can't get the best out of 200 million talent. Well, under Thomas Tuchel, the same 200 million talent are not performing. But people don't want to blame Thomas Tuchel because it's different. Okay, that's why it only makes sense when it fits your agenda. When Frank Lampard was using Mason Mount every single game, people were talking about him overusing Mason Mount and he need to leave with his son Mason Mount. But today, Tuchel is doing the same thing, but he is praised for using Mason Mount. You see how double standard works? Let me answer to people who've been comparing Frank Lampard to AVB. It's simple. You can't compare both of them. AVB had a blank check. He had all the money in the world to buy anybody he wanted. Frank Lampard had transfer ban. AVB had Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, John Terry, Alex, big personality, quality, world-class players in every position. He just didn't want to use them. Sometimes John Terry was on the bench, sometimes Didier Drogba on the bench, and you playing Sturridge in place of the legend Didier Drogba. So can you really compare him with Frank Lampard, who was dealing with a bunch of kids from the academy? AVB refused even to use Romelu Lukaku. Remember that? What is happening with Lukaku now? The rest is history. So it's just stupid and idiotic really even to compare both cases. Frank Lampard said, oh, AVB didn't have the experience and all that, but experience when it comes to quality. Lampard, no quality. AVB with a lot of quality, but didn't know how to use those quality. The proof was, at the end of the season, Chelsea went to win the Champions League. It could happen this season, but part of that because of the work that Frank Lampard been doing almost for a couple seasons. You like it or not, credit need to go to Frank Lampard. So I think Jorginho just being bitter here, and I understand him because when you don't play, you are not happy about the manager. Right now, Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud or even Billy Gilmore are not happy about the manager. They can go on TV and say all the good stuff about the manager and the team spirit and all the BS, but deep inside them, they are not happy about the manager. And if it means that the manager needs to go in order for them to play, they are all for it. So it's natural. I understand Jorginho, but I think he needs just to shut up and continue working because he's doing good at the moment. Under Lampard also, he did good at some point, but the system is protecting him. And we always see when he's exposed and they put one man on him, he's taken out of the team. So instead of giving interview, he needs just to be humble because he will never be a legend in the same level as Frank Lampard, even if he wins the Champions League with Chelsea Football Club. They are legends and legends. Jorginho interview just confirmed everything that we've been hearing from the dressing room. The Deadwood became very angry and toxic, and they were getting on the young people. Do you really think that Jorginho was happy that Billy Gilmour was given a chance in front of him? Just think about it. And Rudiger sitting on the bench when Christensen is playing, it tells you that everything that we heard from that dressing room is right. And the only issue I have with Frank Lampard is that he didn't know how to deal with the dead wood, because they caused him to go. They were unhappy and they were not performing and playing for him anymore, and he was sacked for that. And if he was more diplomatic, give them some games here and there until you completely get rid of them, that was going to be different. I don't believe on those dog shit theories that people are trying to make to sabotage the legacy of Frank Lampard. I believe that he was more than capable of managing a team like Chelsea Football Club, but he was betrayed by our board, the owner. We are not patient. That's why Pep Guardiola even refused to sign for Chelsea Football Club, because he knows that every time he will go through some kind of crisis, he will be sacked. Just imagine Pep Guardiola having some issues at Chelsea. He was going to be sacked. Jurgen Klopp, the same. It took them at least couple seasons before starting performing and winning anything at Man City or Liverpool. But at Chelsea, just 4 months into the project, he was sacked because of few bad results here and there.